Hey there guys, Spazzy here in K-Syndromes, and welcome back to Avorion. Today's episode is going to be slightly interesting, more interesting than usual, because we have quite a few topics to cover. Today, we are going to start the preparation for the big migration towards the Neonite sector. I know I keep saying that, but the more I think about it, the more I realize we actually do have a couple of things to check off the checklist before we can actually make the migration itself. A very good example is the fact that we can look at the map a little bit. We do have a place to go. It's the question of how we get there that kind of troubles me right now. I guess we can just sort of go through here, and I do want to kind of check if it is possible to just tell, say, the... well, not Slurping Beluga, it's currently doing its thing, but let's say Mr. Krabs, right? We have a connection all the way to this place, right? So the question is, no, it can't. So the actual idea is that we are going to be manually selecting the pathway for these ships to take for them to reach this position. It's going to take a while. Mr. Krabs, after that, is going to be our slowest jumper, so we are going to have the Slurping Beluga kind of form up on Mr. Krabs. I'm going to be piloting the ship with a view simply so I can see all the scanner data, so I don't accidentally jump us into a unexplored yellow system. And we are just going to make our way towards this place through this jump hole. So, first of all, I want Beluga to stop. I want you to refine ores if you have gathered something. And while the Beluga does that, I actually do want to, for the last time, check what we have in terms of equipment at the equipment dock over there. Because this is going to be the last chance. This is going to be the last chance we get before we actually move to that new sector. So, I've been thinking, we need a new mining ship, or rather, we need a second mining ship. Obviously, I'm not going to simply copy off the Beluga, because that would kind of be too easy, but at the same time, I've been also kind of wondering about whether or not we should have a specified ship design sort of thing. So, for example, we have this thing, right? So, let me very quickly kind of do my thing here. I want to just, before I forget, I want to replace this thing with the engines that we actually created. If the game would please do the thing. Thank you. And we are just going to remove all of this nonsense. Leave the rear of the ship nice and bare. And this is exactly what I meant by modular design. So we can just take our engine MK1. And apply it to the ship. And this is the crucial part. First of all, middle snap. We're going to scale down to the size of the ship that we need. We can also scale it like this. And simply go for it. And there we go. Let's very quickly pick the color. And we can just all of it. Just all of it. And they'll be just fine. That's going to be our first course of action. Let's very quickly, quote, upgrade the ship with a view. Well, as much of an upgrade as this counts as an upgrade. It will look different. That's all you need to know. There's probably a faster, more professional way to color this thing, but, you know. I started off like this, I might as well finish it like this. feel free to comment and tell me how do you actually do the coloring. You know, I just realized that we're actually still using the pyramids here. We don't really have to do that anymore. We have titanium, I wouldn't say in excess, but yeah. So, ship design. I kind of want to make my own ship line now. You know, I kind of like how this thing kind of, like, it's a cross shape, and it kind of follows this whole, you know, design. I wonder, you know, I didn't really check if this thing is currently using more energy than it started. I probably should have tested that, because one of the cool things about the ship of the view right now is the fact that it can just jump around without, you know, too many troubles. But yeah, modular design. It all comes back to the idea of modular design. Now, how am I going to do it? I don't yet know. I have a good idea, and I think that the ship with a view in general is going to be inspirational for this. And I'm kind of wondering, like, so this thing is already kind of segmented. It's kind of already fitting the modular design role. You know, especially since it kind of looks like the ship kind of cuts off here, and this is just an extension. That wasn't specifically my intention to do it like that, but perhaps it should be. You know, maybe that should be the intention there. So, let's quickly check the equipment dock. Let's see if it actually currently has something interesting. Civilian slots is actually something we do want. A tractor beam might come in later. I do want, like, one of the things that I want to do is make a designated salvager. But the salvager is going to be a ship that focuses more on the concept of salvaging systems rather than salvaging resources. But I think we can still kind of make it, you know, fit the overall design of the previous ships. I've kind of been wondering, like, do we make a utility, like a utility vehicle onto which we can then expand on? I'll tell you in a moment what exactly I meant by that. So let's go for turrets, salvaging turret, our titanium mining turrets. I'm going to grab 2 of these as well. Might as well. Any R mining turret that is not an iron mining turret is going to be very beneficial for us, because the Beluga right now has a lot of mining turrets, but most of them are still iron mining turrets, and iron mining turrets are going to be completely useless in a couple of moments. Well, not moments, but you know what I mean. So, trade equipment. Let's take a look. Battery upgrade, that's very nice. Generator upgrade. Still kind of tempted to just grab all of these that I see. Hey, oh, it's an iron salvage turret. That does not really matter. That is a R titanium salvage turret. Now that is something I do want. So I'm gonna very quickly grab it as well. You know, I guess we can actually start the migration. I don't want them to move at the same time, though. And I guess Mr. Krabs is going to kind of go on ahead. And it's going to go there. And then Mr. Krabs, in the meantime, is going to go here, 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 and here. So, hopefully we're not gonna lose a ship in some sort of stupid way, like collisions or something like that, because the game is prone to such tendencies. And as for this, I'm gonna grab these 2 titanium salvage turrets. And also this one. Like, I want to grab all of the R-related stuff and kind of just figure out from there. So, Mr. Krabs currently has some scrap in it. Don't really care for that just yet. But yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead. So yeah, designing ships. I'm not sure I want to redesign Mr. Krabs, because it kind of did turn into something very interesting when it comes to, you know, the history of this Let's Play. Like, there's no way we can, you know, delete Mr. Krabs. Like, that's silly. That's something that we should not even consider. But I do need new ships, and that new ship definitely has to be... Oh, okay, so I did just notice we did increase our... like, our overall... Wait, is this not painted? Our overall charge time, which I guess is not completely unavoidable. But there we go. Well, let's keep moving. Oh. Alright, this is not technically speaking up. Yeah. Okay, right, by the way, regarding the creation of stations, I will want to do that. No doubt about it, I will want to create stations. I'm just saying that, considering we are on the move, perhaps making a system here is not really something we want to do. Instead, I suggest that we consider making a system by the time we start hitting the barrier. Like, I want to make a nation, sorry about that, a nation, so to speak, but it has to be somewhere relevant, and I think that in terms of relevancy, it is going to have to be just outside the barrier. I'm indulging in coffee. And there we go. Where is it? This one. So, how are you guys going? Well, Mr. Krabs is on the move, and so is the Beluga. I want to check if that's actually the case, or did they hang somewhere? Because if they hanged somewhere, well then it's probably going to be much easier to just have them jump all the way to whatever destination we need to be. Ah, see what I mean? The Beluga is trying to do something. It's trying to go to Ascension of Nightmare. And it is just not doing it. Stop. Go. Stop. Go. Yeah, I think that is going to be what needs to happen. It looks like I will just have to, like, fly them manually, which is slightly problematic. Okay, let's quickly plot a course for them, which does not include accidentally going into an unexplored sector. So, Mr. Krabs can make it in 2 jumps. That is perfectly fine. And there we go. So, the Beluga, as expected, is going to take a little longer than this. Urgent delivery failed. Well, I actually went there. So, I don't know what you want. So, while they are doing the big do, I want to do something else. Yes, your ship is very weak compared to etc, etc. But that is perfectly fine. Where do these guys have a main system, I wonder? Okay, where are your traders? I want to talk to them. I want to do the big talky-do. Oh yeah, look at them. Being all shielded and whatnot. I'm sure that this is gonna be fine. So, yeah. I'm going to explore just a little bit. Because the first thing I really want to do is find myself a equipment dock. Or even better, their capital. Because that would actually be much more important for us in the short term. As it will allow for some much better technology. So, yeah. Okay, this is a mining system with a mining resource. So this is actually going to be the destination for the Beluga. Like, this is where Beluga needs to end up in. But, okay. See, that is what I was looking for. Miner, what is your home sector? Oh, it is actually kind of far away, but it's far away into the proper direction. So we're not going to be going back. So I guess that is going to be, like, completely fine. In the meantime... Okay, so that is going to be the destination. I'll add a random note. Like, we just need to know that the Beluga and What's-His-Face needs to go there. I wonder if I should just give them the solar sails again. Although, I guess we're not really in a hurry. So that'll be just fine. Okay, there we go. We have neonite. That is good. But what else do we have? Like, now that I can actually advance, exploration in general is going to be one of our top priorities again. Mostly because I want more systems. Like, I want to find more systems. I need to find more stashes. And one of the things we'll quickly find here is the fact that there is going to be absolutely no more iron. Or at least it's going to be much rarer than usual. Which is kind of shame, because it's kind of problematic, because I will want to equip ships with stuff like the inertia dampeners. And while neonite is going to be the better choice simply because it's much smaller weight, neonite at the same time is going to be used for much more important stuff, like shields. Because having shields is going to be very, very important. That's kind of interesting, like there seems to be nothing here. Okay, let's find one of the yellow sectors instead. So, how are you guys doing? Okay, so Mr. Krabs is already here. I'm gonna send them both through at the same time, though. I've no reason to rush one of them ahead. Although I kind of want to see what Mr. Krabs does or does not do against the enemies of this caliber. We are... This is a straight-up pirate system. Although it does not seem like they are too advanced. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Can I hail them? No? Oh, that's a transport. So yeah, regarding the ship not being really combat capable in this sector, as you can see, the ship with a view does not really care. We're moving at like 4,000 meters per second. I think we'll be fine, right? It's not really its job. But yeah, that's kind of interesting. Full-fledged pirate system. That is certainly something new. Oh. That's kind of interesting. I remember seeing such a place with, like, ships around it. But this is something different. I have not seen this. Can I interact? Yes, yes I can. Inspect. Shield Entity, NO89. Routing shield power to Specimen Boss, located at -132,271. Just in case, -132,271. Let's write that down. -132. Okay, there we go. 132,271. And tag. Okay, that's kind of interesting. We just found a new boss, apparently. So I think shooting this thing might be a bad idea just now. Okay, Beluga is almost there. Let's keep exploring while we still have the chance. So yeah, short-term goals. Create a secondary mining ship. I think we're going to do that tomorrow. Like, tomorrow's episode is going to be a construction episode where you just build another ship. And it's going to be a mining ship. Similar to the Beluga, but, like, maybe not as silly. Okay, those are certainly baddies. No shields, though. Okay, Operation Exodus. Oh, can I sell this to the pirates? Claim, sell. No. Does not look I can. Go away, we're waiting for a friend. I was kind of hoping that the further away I go to the galaxy, the less likely they're just gonna sit there. Instead, they would attack me on sight. But no, this place has 3 claimable asteroids, so no, I'm actually not going to go anywhere. I'm also looking around for any stashes, any crates, as those are always a thing that we want, obviously. I'm kind of actually... I'm kind of tempted to sick Mr. Krabs on these guys. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen out of that, right? I really doubt that Krabs... Like, Krabs is just overbuilt to the point absurdity. Oh, someone is calling for help. I am sure they are gonna be fine. I am actually sure they're gonna be fine. Look at their shield. Their shield does not give a crap. Like, not even a tiny little poo-poo. They are just existing. So, considering there were like 3 claimable asteroids here, do I even expect to find a crate? That seems highly unlikely, but I am going to look around. Okay, there's the beacon, but that's about it, right? And there's one more over here, something. Nope. Does not look like it. Okay. We have both of our shippies. Let's have them go here and then here. Hopefully they will not ram each other. I'm not exactly sure about that, but I hope for the best. And as for us... Oh. Neutral zone. Interesting. Does that mean that this place has... Well, it has a resource depot and a trade center. What else do it has? Not a lot. Okay, Beluga is in fact doing its thing. Actually, no. Stop. We need to do something real quick. Beluga needs to be adjusted real quick. Because I have a feeling... Oh no, I should have done that before. I actually should have done that before when we were still next to some sort of equipment dock so we can unmount stuff. So, yeah. Beluga. Systems. Neonite. Ah, that's actually still fine. That's still perfectly fine. I think. But... what isn't fine is this iron mining turret, this iron mining turret, titanium. That is perfectly fine. So right now, I'm going to... Well, first of all, we are going to just use Global Snap. I'm going to put all the mining turrets on this thing first. Our mining turret. There's not a lot of them anyway. There we go. More arm mining turrets. As long as they're not iron, they belong on this ship. Like, this is obviously way overkill. But that's the name of the game. Okay. Beluga, mine, then refine, and then loop. Oh, look at it go. It's like slurp. Just like a ball of death. Okay, and you patrol the sector. You should be able to do that. I guess the closer we get to the middle of the galaxy, the more we will be actually encountering stuff like torpedoes, and at that point I will, in fact, need to start putting on the defensive turrets. But right now it does not really seem like that big of an issue. Oh, just look at it. Just slurp. This is perfectly fine. Do you think I should have actually checked the yield for those things to make sure that there's no surprises? You know what? There was a suggestion in the previous videos that I think I am actually going to do. So let's remove this common one. And this common one. This exceptional, I'm just going to put it right back over there, because reasons. And I'm going to put two of these things. Like this one. It's a... oh, no, never mind, it's an iron. There we go. Titanium, two of them. And I'm going to place one here, and one here. The reason for that is that the game, as far as I understand, like, correct me if I'm wrong, the game is going to try and keep both of these within the range, and it's going to get stuck less. Basically, it's going to aid the overall control of the ship in the same way that... distributing the turrets on Mr. Krabs helped. Okay, go. Go, go, gadget, get dead. I was trying to do something. Beluga. What is it trying to do? I don't like this. Like, that means I cannot just leave it here. Because it's kind of obvious that it's having problems. Please. Okay, let's make it full stop. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's try this again. And hopefully it is not going to hang. Do the do! Well, there's something back there that the Beluga really wants. And maybe it is the size of the ship, maybe it's the shape of the ship. But it looks like it has some troubles with it. So what is it, like, what are you trying to approach? That thing? Out of all of the ones, you were trying to approach that? Very strange. I'm sorry that I'm just looking at this thing, but I kind of don't want more surprises. Like, the last thing we want to do is have our only, for now, only miner hang itself. Like, that would be disastrous. Okay, let's take a look back. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be perfectly fine for now. And for us, we are going to keep exploring the known systems. As you can see, I'm currently jumping around the systems that are actually connected, because I want to find the closest equipment dealer that we can have. And that's another neutral area. Huh. So what do we have here? Trading post, storage. And what about the bulletin boards? Free slaves. Difficult. As it should be. Is it this one or this one? No, it's this one. Okay, let's keep going. Mr. Krabs could do something interesting. I'm kind of tempted to jump him in and see what happens. Yeah, actually, let's do that. Okay. This is nice. So, remember how I said I want a dedicated salvaging ship? I don't really care so much for the resources that you can get out of this, but I'm actually much more interested in the systems that you can get out of this. There is a trick, though, a trick that I want to try and employ. And the idea is that the salvager, and that also goes for our mining ships, they need to be large enough that you can put multiple systems on it. And the idea that I have for that salvager is that, so for example, let's go for our salvaging, like exceptional titanium salvaging, like turret, right? The range is 1.5. So, the idea is we are going to use tractor beams, and we are going to stack them until we exceed that distance. So that no matter what drops, it's always going to be inside the ship's tractor field. And we're not... Okay, so the ships, when they're salvaging, they tend to prefer trying to grab the floating, materials, but they seem to ignore systems. Like, that is my biggest pet peeve with that mechanic. For some reason, they ignore systems unless they accidentally pick them up when they get within range, and that pisses me off. So, if we actually do make a separate salvager, it is going to have, it's going to be large enough where it has a butt-ton, like, big amount of tractor beam turrets, tractor beam systems, just to mitigate that. Okay, we are slowly going towards there, so that's a good thing. The only problem is I'm, like, constantly being paranoid about the beluga. Hello? Yeah, took you long enough. Okay, that's interesting. That's another salvaging system. That's interesting. We're gonna use the gate this time because I cannot jump over rifts. And we are slowly nearing the 40-minute mark, which is perfectly fine. I am actually going to try to get to that system before we end this episode. So if it tends to be slightly longer than 40 minutes, then I'm really, really sorry. But hopefully that's not going to be a big thing. Also, I'm currently just considering our options when it comes to ship design. Like how we're going to design the next mining ship and the salvager. I think I have an idea for a completely modular design that we could say that, oh, this is going to be like our ship, what's it called? Our kind of ship line. Because they're all going to be, design-wise, they're going to be similar, but in a good way. So there we go. Okay, my question is... Like, I'm being paranoid. I want to know if the beluga freaking, like, got stuck again. Because that is really, really bad. Like, the last thing I want is this to be a common occurrence. But it doesn't look like it, actually. It looks like it's doing fine. For now. I mean, even when it got stuck, it's not like it was completely not moving. It's just that... Yeah. I'm being paranoid now. It's okay. It's going to be... Like, we're going to have the chance of that happening once we actually make a secondary... Hello? So, what the hell? Yeah, for some reason I couldn't jump to it. Okay, there we go. That was weird. Okay, there we go. Finally. Maybe I should move our ships here. Well, no. This is where we're going to create our secondary mining ship tomorrow. Or maybe later today, I don't know yet. Maybe I should live stream it as well. Okay, show me what you got. Fighters. Oh, torpedoes. Torpedoes! We finally have torpedoes. That is good. That is very, very good. Plasma turrets against shields. We probably want these as well. Neonite mining turrets, repair turrets. Ooh. That is actually something I'm going to just grab right now. For this ship. Because if I need to, I can go back to Mr. Krabs and just help. So, upgrades. What do we have? I want that. God damn it. God damn it, that's a good turret. Plasma hull polar. Huh. Okay, so that's a thing. I've never seen that sort of thing before. Probably I have, it's just that I didn't necessarily think it was all that interesting. So, yeah, I think we're going to leave ourselves here for now. Gonna very quickly check if there's anything claimable in this system. And one of the things that we are definitely going to do is we are going to try and increase our standing with these guys. And someone said that the easiest way to do that is do the free slaves thing. Resource. I want more combat missions, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Resource. Please get out of my face. Thank you. Resource. Yeah, okay, all of these are resource shortage missions. There are lots of subspace. Oh, wait. Then I know where I want to be. Then I know where I want to be. This is gonna be interesting. I can't stop the thing now. Orders patrol system. And the moment those aliens jump in, things are gonna be very interesting indeed. I switched to the sector, obviously, because I want them to spawn here. The subspace signals spawn inside the system that you're actively in. There we go. Become Shote. Attack enemies. Come on, Mr. Krabs. I know you can do it. Oh, wow! Railgun boy. Woo! Why aren't you moving? Dude, come on! You're embarrassing me in front of the wizards. Attack enemies. I want to help them against these bad men's. You are sure as hell not making it easy. Those are some interesting designs, though. Too bad they're going to be burning in a moment. Ooh, there goes my shield. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Wonk. One more left. Perhaps having a torpedo boat or something similar might help against moments like this. Plonk. Alright, I see there is a exceptional system there. Or turret, or something. I want that. Oh man, it is triple cannon turret. See, the only thing is that I'm pretty sure cannon turrets were never really all that good. It's the launcher turrets that were, you know, amazing. Because they were heat-seeking. And cannon turrets, especially against mobile targets in general, were kind of not good. But yeah, so much for that. Alright, let's get into one more argument before we go. Because I want to see these people suffer. Wrong. I know I'm making the episode longer than it should be, but come on. We don't see Mr. Krabs in action too often. Or at least often enough. Attack the enemies. Attack the anemones. Anemones. And I'm gonna hide. I'm going to take cover. There he go. The big boy. And that's why I put all the turrets in, like, different places. So it's much easier for this sort of thing to happen. Noom. Huh, that's one. Ah yes, the railgun. A railgun that is missing a lot. Oh dear. I think they want me. No, I'm sure I'll be fine. There is absolutely nothing. I am in no danger at all. This is fine. Oh. And then it was not fine. Bastard. Mr. Krabs can have all the fun. I also want to shoot the bad men. This is therapeutic as hell. I'm not gonna lie. I'm only going to take, like, blue stuffs, because this thing is so freaking chonky. That, like... Ah yes, velocity system bypass. Bypass this. Get bypassed, son. I'm role-playing a meat grinder. Oh dear. More of them. You know, I said oh dear, but then I looked at my health pool and was like, no, never mind. All is fine. All is as needs to be. I have to keep the, like, control pressed down. Otherwise, I'm moving too much to actually aim properly. So, I think there was some blue items that I might have missed. Yes, there it is. Oh no, we should totally give Mr. Krabs the bypass. Like the engine bypass. I'm kind of surprised that it's not dropping better goods. Defensive, please. Aha, take that. So just so you know, we still haven't recharged our hyperspace. Like, Mr. Krabs is such a chonk. I like the fact that I'm still picking up, like, iron. Like, these guys are that trash. I see something yellow in the distance. I think I should scoop it up. And hopefully not ram a rock. That would be kind of problematic. Oh, triple plasma turret. That's actually pretty frickin' neato. You're the last one. Come get into my belly. Oh, that's a rock. That was a rock. Suddenly, pain. Are you feeling it? I'll just have to keep quoting Mr. Krabs as I play this game on this thing. Oh. But yeah, there we go. We've left a mess behind us. But I don't seem to see any blue things, so I really don't care. See, this is when I would totally bring the salvager and have it clean up. But since we don't really have it just yet, there's nothing much else I can do there. So yeah, this is a good time as any to just kind of stop for a moment. The one last thing, honestly, I do want... Oh, it's already doing it. Beluga's about to hurl up our first shipment of stuffs. So that's going to be kind of interesting. Very much interesting to see how much we actually get for that. So yeah, let's just chill here for a little bit. Okay, guys, so I think that kind of describes our short-term goals as we start operating in the Neonite sector. First things first, I need a dedicated salvager, I need a second miner, and we are going to kind of look up how we design these ships, because I don't want to, oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Neonite is the new iron. So yeah, that is the overall idea right now, and I will see you in the next episode, where we actually start building up our second miner, our salvage ship, and stuff like that. Cheers.